Hello traders and welcome back to It's Crypto's trading channel. In this video I'm going to be performing a multi-time frame update on the current situation that we are seeing on BTC USD. Things are obviously getting interesting for a potential trading opportunity, so let's get straight into it. As always, we're going to keep this video as educational as possible. So I do see a lot of traders calling for this to be the bottom already, just because we had this fake out below these lows and then break back above. All I'm seeing all over my newsfeed is traders calling for this to be the bottom and potential reversal to continue the bullish trend. However, I do not think that is the case at all. It is far too early to be calling bottoms just because we have seen a few green candles. We can also notice that leverage positions keep increasing on every dip. So this means on every dip, leverage longs keep increasing because retail traders are trying to catch the bottom, and this is very, very dangerous, and this will likely cause more mass liquidations. Now I do expect growth from now until Wednesday, Thursday. On Thursday we have the FOMCO, um, and we have Fed Powell speaking, and we can expect a negative reaction to the crypto market on this news. So now let's get into things from a technical perspective. So here on the, let's start on the monthly time frame, clean our charts. What we can see here on the monthly time frame is the market has printed this huge double top formation. So we have this double top formation with the market rejected this high and rejected this high. And we were hoping for the market to remain above this zone on the monthly candle, but it has not done so. It has broken below this level of support. So we can expect this level of support to act as monthly resistance. So here on the monthly time frame, we have to identify our key levels of demand, which is exactly at this zone, and our key level of supply, which is exactly at this zone. And we can see the market is in this sideways range, but we do have this ugly potential double top formation. Now we have to notice one thing, that this double top does not come valid until we break below the neckline. This setup can completely be invalidated as long as we remain above the neckline. So now dropping to the weekly time frame, what can we see from a weekly perspective? So here on the weekly time frame, we can see how the market has respected this zone a number of times and made a large move to the upside every time the market has come down and tested this area. This shows us that there is heavy institutional buying at this price. So what I mean by this, every time the market comes into this area, institutional investors, so hedge funds, bankers, they come into the market, they enter the market here and push prices higher. And there's nothing saying why that this won't happen again this time. The only different variable that we have this time is the current situation that we have in the global stock market. I've gone into the situation that we have in the global stock market. It is very scary at the moment, and a lot of traders, a lot of investors are expecting a very sharp fall. If this happens, then we can expect this level of support to get broken. However, this is totally speculation at the moment, so we have to trade what we see. And this is what I can see currently on BTC USDT. So here on the weekly time frame, what has happened, the market printed this head and shoulders formation with the left shoulder, the head and the right shoulder. It has then broken below the neckline with this bearish impulse. Now where is the neckline? It is exactly this area here. So you have previous resistance here, which was acting as resistance here. Then we broke it to the upside. This zone acted as support exactly at this area. And then again support here, again support here. So now we have broken this zone to the downside with this weekly impulse. Now, generally speaking, after an impulse, what you can expect is the market to make a correction to retest previous support as new resistance. So this is exactly what I expect in the short term. If we now drop down to the daily time frame, we can see how the market made a fake out below the lows this morning, which would have induced sellers into the market, and now it is breaking back above. So this is a a lick grab from short sellers. So this is a quick short squeeze. So we have the daily impulse on, we have the impulse to the downside, the bearish impulse, sorry, on the daily time frame. If we take our Fibonacci from the high to the low of the bearish impulse, we can see that the 0.618 lines up perfectly with this area of previous support turn resistance, giving us a nice confluence of supply, and we can expect a strong reaction from sellers at this zone. So what I'm expecting in the short term, I'm expecting a short-term bullish induction trend this week. So if we go down on lower time frame, sorry, I'm expecting the market to make a new bullish trend this week, something like this, to come into this area of supply, and then this is where the highest probabilities lie for a potential shorting opportunity. If the market makes a nice healthy correction and comes into this area of supply, this is where we will be looking for fake moves above this zone to induce buyers into the market and then potentially reverse and hunt their liquidity. I do think there is an extremely high probability that the market comes into this area of demand. This is where institutional investors are trying to push Bitcoin lower. This is obviously a manipulation that is going on here. We manipulated retail traders to buy above these highs with this fake move to the upside and then dumped back down. This shows us that that there is institutional players, there are big players, whales that are in this game that are trying to push the market down so they can enter Bitcoin at lower prices. And obviously, $29,000 is a very nice price for an institutional investor to accumulate BTC. So I do expect the market to come into at least this area before we start to bottom out. So this is our trading plan on BTC USDT. We are going to be waiting patiently with students for the market to make a daily correction into this area of supply. Now, during this correction into this area of supply, we will be dropping down to lower time frames all inside of this area, and we will be waiting for a manipulation, so a fake breakout above this zone, which will which will trap a lot of bulls, and then the market will likely go and hunt the liquidity that is below. So this is our trading plan on BTC USDT for the current week. We have to take into excuse me, and into consideration of the heavy fundamentals that we have the coming week with the Fed interest rate decision that is coming on Wednesday or Thursday. So I expect a short-term bullish trend to trap a lot of buyers, and then we will reject this zone and come into the institutional demand that we have around $29,000-$30,000.